The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
It all comes down to this. One last game in the Tecmo NFL season, and it's the big one. Tecmo Super Bowl 59. And what a fitting way to end. Two high-flying bird teams battling each other for the crown and the Tecmo NFL title. Who is going to come out on top? We're about to find out, and I'm happy to have you join me. Welcome, everybody, to Tecmo Super Bowl 59 here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Hello, everybody. I'm your host and broadcaster, Joe. We've had some fun this season, but now we need to get down to business. Big business. We have two big teams coming from both conferences, both wanting to get that title belt. And who is going to get it? Well, we're going to find out soon. On one hand, you have the AFC's representative, the Baltimore Ravens, who came into these playoffs as the 5 seed. They beat the New York Jets, managed to run their way through the Kansas City Chiefs, and then managed to somehow dismantle the Cincinnati Bengals. And now, here they stand as the lone representative of the AFC. Lamar Jackson has been doing pretty decently well with his arm, but his legs are what's been helping him out the most. But easily the biggest weapon that the Ravens have, Derrick Henry, who has been a fantastic acquisition in the offseason, thanks to taking him away from the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, on the NFC side, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who completely dismantled the Chicago Bears in the wild card round. In the divisional round, a weird defensive-offensive play managed to help them to squeeze past the Green Bay Packers, and then they completely ran through Atlanta in the second half of their game in the conference championship, and they are now on top. Just like with the Ravens, they've got a pretty decent quarterback with a pretty good arm in the form of Jalen Hurts, but his legs are also his best weapon. But again, their best weapon overall is easily their running back. And much like the Ravens, he's an off-season acquisition. It's Saquon Barkley, who came over here from the division rival New York Giants. Both of these teams have been incredible on offense, especially when it comes to running the ball. On defense, both have been pretty good at stopping the run, whereas stopping the pass has been a bit trickier for both of them. But the Ravens do slightly edge out the Eagles in almost every category, so that's going to make things a little bit interesting. But we've seen some weird upsets in these playoffs before. Can the Eagles manage to overcome what is in front of them, or will the Ravens come out on top? We'll find out very shortly. We're going to take a small break as usual, and when we return, we'll bring you down to the Superdome for the start of Tecmo Super Bowl 59. And here we are, Tecmo Super Bowl 59. The Ravens will call heads, and it will indeed be heads, and they will elect to return. So Jake Elliott will be the one to kick this off, and that is Hill back to return for the Ravens. That is specifically Justice Hill, who's going to get up to the 20, 25, and he's going to get taken down around the 27. Let's take a look at that Baltimore Ravens starting offense. Lamar Jackson in his first ever Tecmo Super Bowl. Took him 7 years to get here, but he did eventually. Also behind him in his first ever Tecmo Super Bowl, Derrick Henry. He's the running back that Lamar's been handing off to, and what a season he's been having. And for wide receivers, they've got Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and former Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion Nelson Aguilar, who will be in to replace an injured Isaiah Likely. With Likely out, that means they've got only one tight end in the form of Mark Andrews, and he'll be lining up on the offensive line alongside Tyler Linderbaum, Andrew Voorhees, Daniel Falele, Ronnie Stanley, and Patrick McCarry. John Harbaugh, in his 17th year as the Ravens head coach, his second ever Tecmo Super Bowl appearance as a head coach, the first being a little over a decade ago, and the offensive coordinator for the Ravens is Todd Monken. 1st and 10, man in motion for Lamar. He's going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry, who's going to fight for a few extra yards. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia Eagles starting defense. Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter are the defensive linemen. At the linebacker positions, you've got Josh Sweat, Quinyon Mitchell, Nakobe Dean, and Bryce Huff. At the corners are Isaiah Rodgers and Darius Slay. And for the safeties, they've got Reed Blankenship and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. First time being the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, but not his first stint with them. And the special teams coordinator is Michael Clay in his 4th year. So he was there when the Eagles were last in the Tecmo Super Bowl. Second and 8 for the Ravens. Man in motion behind Lamar. He's going to hand it off to Derrick Henry. He's going to run along the near side, breaking a tackle, still going, and taken down at the 40 for the first down. 1st and 10, Ravens. Man in motion in front of Lamar, who's in shotgun formation. Looking for somebody open. Going to try and throw this one to the right for Mark Andrews. And he's got this one pretty easily as he gets in the Eagles territory and gets the first down, as he's down around the 27 of Philadelphia. 1st and 10, man in motion to Jackson's left, and he's going to take it directly himself. And look at this man go. He's got the first down and more, and he is going to be stopped just shy of scoring with it. Taken down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal with a man in motion. Jackson going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry, and he's stopped just outside the end zone. Man in motion to Jackson's left. He's in shotgun. He's going to take it directly and run it in for the touchdown. And the Ravens strike first here at Tecmo Super Bowl 59. So good work for them. That offense showing why it's one of the best in the league, as they'll get to a 7-0 lead to start this game. And meanwhile, Isaiah Rodgers will be back to receive this for the Eagles, taking it from about the 5. And still going as he gets past the 25 and down to the 26. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia Eagles starting offense. Jalen Hurts in his 2nd Tecmo Super Bowl. He has been with the Eagles for 5 years, but this is his 4th year as their full-time starter. Saquon Barkley lining up behind him, like we said, an off-season acquisition from the New York Giants. At the wide receiver positions, you've got Jahan Dotson, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith, who are all good weapons for Jalen Hurts. And a secret, amazing weapon is Dallas Goedert, the tight end. He will be lining up on the offensive line alongside Cam Jurgens, Mekhi Becton, Tyler Steen, Jordan Mailata, and Lane Johnson. Nick Sirianni, in his 4th year as the head coach of the Eagles. This is his 2nd Tecmo Super Bowl as the Eagles head coach. And the offensive coordinator is Kellen Moore. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Hurts going to toss this one to Barkley. He's going to run along the near side. Look at Barkley run. What an amazing weapon he has been for Philadelphia. I'm sure Eagles fans have been thanking Giants fans for him being acquired all season long. Toss for Saquon on this 1st and 10. He's going to run along the near side yet again and get the first down in Baltimore territory, taken down around their 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Barkley going to take this one and run along the near side, but this time they were able to get him and take him down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. We'll get to the Ravens defensive starters now. Nnamdi Madubuike, Michael Pierce, and Travis Jones are the defensive linemen for the Ravens. At the linebacker positions, you've got Kyle Van Noy, Trenton Simpson, Roquan Smith, and Odafe Awe. Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey are the corners for the Baltimore Ravens. And up the safety positions, you've got Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton. Zachary Orr, the first-year defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, and special teams coordinator is Chris Horton. 2nd and 11, man in motion in front of Hurts, who's in shotgun formation. Hurts gonna throw this one to his right for A.J. Brown, who's wide open, and A.J. Brown gonna get close to scoring, but taken down in a goal-to-go situation for the Eagles. 1st and goal at about the 10-yard line. Hurts gonna hand it off to Barkley, who's taken right back to the 10. 2nd and goal. Man in motion to the left of Hurts. Tosses it for Saquon, who's going to run along the near side, and he is in for a touchdown to even this game up. And with that, assuming that Jake Elliott gets this extra point through, kick on the way is up, and it's good. So we got a tie game here in the first quarter. Both teams scoring on their first drive. Justice Hale will be back to return. He'll take it from about the 1-yard line and take it down at about the 11-yard line, which is where the Ravens will start their set of drives. They'll start their set of downs anyway. This is a drive as Lamar is driving down the field like a fast car as he's going to get to the Eagles side of the 50 for the first down on a gain of about 39, it looks like. Jackson going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry, who gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, trying to break free, and he eventually does! And the defense does take him down, but not after he gets an 8-yard run. That looked a little bit risky, but it's Derrick Henry the king. As Lamar going to play action roll to his left and throw for Zay Flowers, who's wide open, and Flowers had one man to beat, but he's going to get taken down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal on the 6. Man in motion for Lamar. Gonna play action and roll to his left and throws this for Rashad Bateman, and it is intercepted by the Eagles. Hard to tell who that was, but a last-second defensive big play, or maybe a mistake by Lamar, but Roquan Smith did not make a mistake as he gets a 9-yard sack on Jalen. Hurts gonna toss for Barkley on this 2nd and 19. As he's going to avoid potential tacklers running along the far side and gets a gain of 17 on that run. 3rd and 2, men in motion. Hurts play action, going to throw this to the left and incomplete. A.J. Brown was diving for it, and the Eagles going to have to punt it on this 4th and 2. Braden Mann is the punter. Justice Hill back to return. And Hill going to take this from about the 7-yard line-ish. Brings a tackle at about the 11. Still going as he gets to the 20, but taken down eventually at the 21. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion in front of Lamar, while Huey is in shotgun. A throw to his left, incomplete. Henry was the closest in the area. Man in motion to the left of Lamar. He's in shotgun formation. Lamar going to try and run forward with it. Getting through, breaking free as he's going to run for the first down, and more gets into Eagles territory, and he's down at the 44. So that is where we end the first quarter. We go into the second quarter, 1st and 10 on the Eagles 44. Lamar in shotgun formation, but he's going to get taken down on his own side of the 50 as Jalen Carter gets credited with the 7-yard sack. Man in motion in front of Lamar's in shotgun. Jackson looking at throwing to his right for Andrews, but it's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 17. Man in motion. Lamar, play action, rolling to his left, throwing for Zay Flowers, who's to his left, and Zay Flowers going to try and break through, but he gets taken down at the 4-yard line. Looked like he was going to score. Last time the Ravens were this close, they did throw an interception, but Derrick Henry is going to say, yeah, just give it to me. I won't turn that ball over as he gets the touchdown run here, a 4-yard run, to make it a 13-7 game. It'll be 14-7, including with the Justin Tucker extra point, and it is good. A lot of drama has been happening over the past few weeks with Justin Tucker, but we won't get into that here. Rodgers going to take this from the 3 and gets taken down at the 19. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. That's where their drive starts. Hurts looking for an open man, throwing to his right for Brown, but that is picked off by the Ravens. That is Brandon Stevens who intercepts it The fourth-year corner out of SMU. They're going to hand it off to Derrick Henry, who gets taken down at the 39 of the Eagles. 2nd and 5, man in motion for Baltimore. Jackson hands it off to Derrick Henry. Henry is going to take this along the far side, fighting for every yard he can get, taken down at the 28, but that is enough for the first down. Man in motion for Lamar. Going to hand it off to Derrick Henry yet again, who's running along the far side. And look at Derrick Henry break a tackle as he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Derrick Henry gets the score here, and it'll be a 2-score lead. With the extra point by Tucker, it's up, and it is through. Alrighty, Eagles got to try and score to get themselves within 1-score game. Rogers going to take this one up to the 19. Thought he was going to get to the 20, but he was taken down just shy of it. 1st and 10, Hurts in shotgun formation. Defense breaking through, but Hurts going to throw this one to his left. And leaping Dallas Goedert gets it and takes this one to the 44. That could have been dangerous. He was under pressure, though. But Dallas Goedert knew what was going on, and he leapt up and got it. As Saquon going to take this handoff, run along the far side, gets in the Ravens territory, and gets the first down as he's taken down at the 29. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Men in motion all over the place for the Eagles. Hurts with the play action, looking and throwing to his right for A.J. Brown, and Brown is going to get taken down at about the 4. Former teammate of Derrick Henry. Now on opposite teams. Hurts in shotgun formation on the 1st and goal. Going to try and throw this one to his right for A.J. Brown yet again, and he's got it! Touchdown, Eagles! And so with that, it's a 1-score game, assuming that Elliott's extra point goes through. And kick on the way by Jake Elliott is through. 21-14. But now the Ravens going to try and score, take back the points they just lost, at least for the lead. As Justice Hill takes this from about 1 yard deep in his own end zone and taken down around the 11 or 12 yard line. Man in motion in front of Jackson, who's in shotgun. Jackson looking and throwing it to his left. Out of bounds. Derrick Henry was the closest one there. He was under pressure, so getting rid of it is a good move there. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Derrick Henry. He's taken down 2 yards back. 3rd and 12. Man in motion. Lamar going to hand this one off to Henry. He's going to break a tackle. Still going. He's got the first down and fighting for every last yard he can get as he's taken down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Jackson going to hand this one off to Henry yet again, breaking tackles as he can, taken down at the 31. Man in motion in front of Jackson. Shotgun formation. Lamar throws to his right for Andrews. And Mark Andrews going to get taken down at the 47 on an amazing looking catch and run there. Man in motion to Jackson's left, who's in shotgun. Jackson going to try and throw this one for Rashad Bateman to his right, but he dives for it incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Jackson in shotgun going to take this one. Look at Lamar run along the far side. Comes back towards the middle, though, and only gets about 7. And the Ravens going to call their first timeout on this 3rd and 3. Man in motion. Running from one side to the other. Henry going to take this one to about the 44, it looks like. They're going to call their second timeout, and then they're going to go with the Justin Tucker field goal. This will be a 62-yarder from the left hash. It's up, and it's through because it's Justin Tucker. His kicks are just that good. And so Isaiah Rodgers going to be back to return this one. He'll take it from about the half-yard line. Gets up to the 15 and down at the 17. 1st and 10. Man in motion to the left of Hurts. Hurts dropping back. Going to try and run forward with it, running into a lineman, but Kyle Van Noy there to take him down. And so the Eagles going to call their first time out. Hurts in shotgun formation. Looking and throwing it to his left for Devontae Smith, who dives for it but can't quite come up with it. 3rd and 14. 27 seconds to go before the start of the second half as Dotson looked like he was supposed to be there for a screen pass, but Jalen didn't seem to see that he was on the ground. So they got to punt this one. Man will punt it. The Eagles will get the ball back to start halftime. It's just still going to take this from about the 21-yard line. It looks like it gets up to the 25. But that's going to do it for the first half of Tecmo's Super Bowl 59. The Ravens leading by 10 in this one. Like I said, though, the Philadelphia Eagles will be starting the second half with the ball. It's going to be exciting. Still anyone's game. I can't wait to see what happens in the second half. Alrighty, we start the second half. Rodgers will be back to return. Now, these two teams did meet back in Week 13. The Eagles won that one in a close one, 35-27. But now it's the Ravens who have the lead here, up by 10. And the Eagles going to start from the 17. Hurts going to take it himself up the middle and gets about 5 yards on that run. 3rd and 5. Hurts with the play action. Looking and throwing it to his left for Devonta Smith. And it's incomplete. 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation for Hurts. He's going to try and run forward with it, but he's taken down by Travis Jones, who gets credited with the sack there. The Eagles got a punt. And how about this Ravens defense? They've been on top of Philly all game today. Justice Hill will be back to return this from about the 23. And he's up to the 40 and down at the 43. 1st and 10. Ravens starting with some really good field position. Jackson in shotgun formation. Going to take it himself, running to the right, cutting back towards the middle. And he is going to keep on going as he's taken down at the Eagles 30. 1st and 10. Man in motion in front of Lamar, who's in shotgun formation. Lamar has been doing great work today. Jackson going to throw it to his left for Zay Flowers, who's taken down at the 17. Ravens have only really needed to punt once. Actually, no, they haven't. I'm misremembering that. It's Jackson who runs forward, throws for Zay Flowers in the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. The only time the Ravens haven't scored on a drive today was an interception thrown by Lamar in the first half, as Milton Williams there for the sack to take him back 7 yards. 3rd and 17, man in motion behind Lamar, handing it off to Derek. He's going to run along the near side, and he's going to get taken down at about the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal. Man in motion. Jackson handing it off to Derrick Henry, who runs it through for the touchdown. As Baltimore going to take a big lead here, bring it up to 17 points. Eagles offense really needs to get in shape. That kick nearly blocked, but it goes through. 31-14 is our current score. Eagles need to score and score fast. Rodgers going to be back to return this from about the 2. And going to break at 1 tackle. Trying to break another, unable to. He's taken down around the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Hurts going to run this one up the gut. Still going. Look at him run! You can't forget Jalen Hurts can run. As he gets to about the 49 of the Ravens. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Hurts. Handoff. No. It's a play action. He tries to throw it out of bounds, though. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Hurts going to toss this one for Saquon Barkley. Cuts back towards the middle. And it looked like he was trying to zig and zag, but it only gets a 7-yard run here. So that's going to be 3rd and 3 on the 42. Toss for Saquon, who's going to run along the near side. He's got the 1st down, and he's down at about the 35. 1st and 10, Eagles. Man in motion in front of Hurts is in shotgun formation. And he's going to run with it directly. No, he runs to try and throw it for Dallas Goedert. And he got the 1st down. He's in the red zone. Eagles are driving. Motion for Philadelphia all over, as Hurts going to try and take it up the gut himself, but he gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, Hurts in shotgun. Looking for somebody, throwing it to his left for Smith, and he's got it! Wall in coverage, touchdown Eagles. Quite the impressive throw there by Jalen. And so Hurts going to try and get the Eagles back into this one. Jake Elliott's extra point goes through. We're back to a 10-point game. But the Ravens offense has been on all cylinders all game today. Hill going to take this from the 1 and take it down at the 10. Eagles desperately need to get the ball back. Defense needs to come through. Derrick Henry, though, if he keeps performing like he has all day, it's going to be very difficult for the Eagles on that 5-yard run. Jackson going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry yet again. And he fights for some extra yardage as he's taken down at about the 24. Gained 9 on that one. Man in motion in front of Jackson, who's in shotgun. Jackson going to throw this one to his right. Incomplete. Rashad Bateman was the closest, but there were some green helmets in the area. 2nd and 10. Man in motion for Lamar. He's going to hand it off to Derrick Henry, though, and he's got the first down easily. He avoids a tackle and running along the near side, breaking 2 more. Look at him go! He's going to get into the red zone before he's taken down at the 12. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. In amazing field position right now. Jackson going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry, and Henry fighting for extra yards, and he's going to get a 9-yard run as we go into the 4th quarter. 2nd and 1. Jackson, play action, rolling to his left, looking for somebody open, going for Nelson Aguilar, who's got the touchdown there. And Nelson Aguilar got the touchdown. A former Eagle, he was there when the Eagles won their only Super Bowl that they have. Tucker's kick on the way is good. So the Ravens back to a 17-point lead. So the Eagles need to score. They cannot give up the ball. They cannot punt it. They need touchdowns, and they need them quick, but not if they fumble it. Marcus Williams with the recovery, and that might have just sealed Philadelphia's fate. Jackson going to hand this one off to Derrick Henry. He's going to run along the far side, and he strikes the dagger right into the heart of Eagles fans everywhere. A touchdown from him. And they're going to be celebrating in Baltimore tonight. Celebrating throughout Maryland, because I know Commanders fans also going to be happy if they live in Maryland to see their division rivals going down. Rodgers will be back to return this one. He'll take it from about the 2. Rodgers going to keep on running. Gets to the 15 and down about the 18. 1st and 10, Philly. Hurts tosses it for Saquon. They're just trying to do whatever they can, mitigate the damage. As that's going to be a 1st down, just enough for it, actually. 10-yard run by Barkley. 1st and 10. Handoff for Barkley, as he's going to run it up the far side now. And gets about 14, it looks like, taken down at the 43. 1st and 10, Philly. Man in motion to Hurts' left. Hurts tosses for Saquon. Saquon running along the far sideline. He's got the 1st down himself, and he got about 11 yards on that one. Actually, looks more like 16. What am I saying? Hurts dropping back. Looking for someone. Going to throw this one to his right. Incomplete. A.J. Brown was the closest one in the area. 2nd and 10, man in motion in front of Hurts, who's in shotgun. Hurts looking and throwing it to his left for Dallas Goedert. Incomplete. In triple coverage. Black helmets, purple jerseys. Might have seen some feathers flying. As Hurts going to get sacked by Roquan Smith for the loss of 10. They got to go for it. 4th and 20 at midfield. Hurts with the play action, throwing for A.J. Brown. He's got it. And the 1st down. Still going. Taken down at about the 14 now. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Hurts going to toss it for Saquon, who runs along the near sideline. And he is going to get taken down at the 4. They're down by 24 with a little over 4 minutes to go. Hurts takes it himself. Looks like he was trying to cause some misdirection there. Got the 1st down, but taken down at the 1. Exactly 4 minutes to go. Hurts takes it himself up the gut. Touchdown, Eagles. But it might have been too little too late. Eagles offense getting a score here. And the Jake Elliott extra point on the way is up. And it's good. They need to recover the onside kick here if they want any chance of even looking competitive, but it goes right into Zay Flowers' arms. 1st and 10, Ravens in Eagles territory at the 45. Jackson takes it himself while in shotgun formation and taken down at the 40. 2nd and 5. Man in motion for Lamar. Play action, rolling to his left. Gonna throw this one for Zay Flowers. Deep dives for it, getting up and touchdown. In case you thought the Eagles might have stood a chance here, the Baltimore Ravens get that touchdown. They didn't really need it, but it's definitely going to put this game away. Tucker's kick on the way. It is good. 52-28. I think this might be the highest scoring Super Bowl for one team, as Rodgers going to take this from the 5. Gets up to the 20 and down at the 22. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Looking for somebody. Running forward. Gonna get wrapped up from behind. Taken down by Travis Jones for the 4-yard sack. And the Eagles gonna call a timeout with 2:30 to go. Man in motion in front of Hurts, who's in shotgun. Gonna try and run forward with it. And he's gonna get sacked yet again. Trenton Simpson there with the sack. A little bit past the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 14, Hurts dropping back, throwing it to his left for Jahan Dotson, but it is intercepted by Kyle Hamilton with just over 2 minutes to go. Jackson dropping back, looking, throwing it to his right for a shot. Bateman dives for it before he's taken down at the 4. And that is a timeout called by the Eagles. 1:40 to go. And you know that Lamar is definitely going to be happy once he goes in the locker room tonight. Touchdown Ravens! And Lamar does it again. Only fitting with the AFC North being considered quite the unanimous best division in football this season, that the winner of the champion for this season will be coming out of that division, as Tucker kicks this one off to Rodgers, who's back at the 2. Gets up to the 15, and he's going to get taken down around the 19 or so. 1st and 10. I'm getting rid of this. Is definitely the highest scoring by one team in the Super Bowl, Nnamdi Madubuike. Now, it's not the highest scoring by a team in an NFL championship. That goes to the Chicago Bears, who won back in the 1940s, I believe, with a 72-0 victory over the then Washington Redskins. Hurts dropping back, looking for an open man, throwing it to his left for Devonta Smith, and look at Smith go, at least trying to show some flash. Unfortunately, that's going to be too little too late. The Baltimore Ravens are your Tecmo Super Bowl 59 champions with a score of 59-28. Congratulations, Baltimore. What a season you have been having. This has been fantastic for the Baltimore Ravens. Eagles, better luck next time. That's all we can say. all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody.